Back at Bristol. I believe it's 480 days to the Battle of Bristol, but we have a lot of things to work on and concern ourselves to that. But again, just any chance you get an opportunity to come back, I want to make sure. I'm still waiting for the articles to hit. I think it's one of the greatest stories, again, in college football. When you look at the academic success of our football team, I'm exceptionally proud of our players, everyone at the Thornton Center staff, our coaches. I think you're going to be hard-pressed in the country to find a football program that has done as well as we have in the classroom. And we challenged our players, and they answered that call with a 2.85 overall GPA. It raises our overall team GPA to a 2.81. We had 51 individuals with a 3.0 or better. Most college graduates in the history of our program to play in a bowl game and win a bowl game. So a lot of momentum as we move forward into the summer. Our players will arrive June 1st. And I know we have a lot of players right now that are on campus in mini-term, and they're doing a great job of getting on their own and working out. And I can tell our players are ready to get back at work with the numerous text messages of ready to get back to work, and they're doing a great job of working on their own.
Given where we're standing right now, Butch, does it seem more real? It's still 400-something days away, but is it seeming more real than it was whenever the press conference was?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that was kind of the thoughts of pulling down here. It's just, a couple years ago being the Grand Marshal here and, getting to experience the thrill of that race, 2 of them. But, when I said 480-plus days, and when you think of everything that has happened since we were last here, it is becoming more of a reality now.
You mentioned the momentum around the program. There's also this year, I think especially from maybe nationally, there's also more expectations. Can you talk about how you and your coaching staff are handling that with the players?
Well, we all know we still have a long ways to go in our football program to really, get to where we need to be. You just don't turn over a football program and rebuild a football program in 3 years. It takes time, and we live in an instant gratification society. And but also we have made tremendous strides. And our players, that's what you work for. You come to the University of Tennessee to have great expectations. You want to be in a football program that's so relevant that you do have those high expectations. So that's what you want, but you have to focus on the task at hand, and that's working to be a better football player and us being a better football team day by day. And our players have been able to do that, and you can't worry about all that other stuff, but it is rewarding for them to have excitement around the program. A lot of that is because of our great fan base, and our fans have done an exceptional job, and we feed off their energy. We feed off the positive momentum that they've helped us create. But in terms of the building of our football program, we still have a long ways to go. But I see the leadership, the culture's there. I see it's monumental changes. And again, that's why the success in the classroom is monumental. That proves, we went on the football field, finish with a bowl game victory, send our seniors out the right way. And we also had the most successful semester we had during a football season, and then we back it up even more successful academic season, this past semester. And I call it seasons because that's really what it is. But academics are the forefront of our football program, and again, that's just evidence of what we're building here. And it's all about our players.
You mentioned you guys being around for many term. How many are sticking around now? I mean, how many you got in? How many are you going to get in?
We have 15 taking classes, but we probably have, I would say, probably another 8 to 10 more on campus. And a lot of these individuals, it's been healthy for them. A lot of times you do need to go home and get away and obviously spend time with your family. And the individuals that elected to stay, it's been healthy for them to really, continuing their progress of getting graduated in 3.5 years. That's our program goal for everyone in our football program. But now they're ready to come back. And as a coach, that's what you like to see is players reaching out to you, calling you, text messaging. Coach, it's been great, but I'm ready to get back to work. I'm even having Jalen Hurd now send me videos of him working out. And again, that's exciting, is to feel the excitement in our players' eyes and to feel their excitement in their voice when they call. It's ready to get back and go to work now and do what we do.
Coach, when you come to the Tri-Cities, we always like to hear about our local players. What can you say about Matt Crowder, what he's coming in the offensive line, and Malik, of course, winning the award in spring practice, and
Yep.
Devon and Thomas Edwards, of course.
Well, they've all done a great job, and they're great representatives of this area. They're great representatives of the state of Tennessee, and they've continued to progress. Mac is, a very driven young man right now. Again, he's one of those individuals that excels in the classroom, has done a great job of really putting the weight on and the strength that he needs. And, Mac knows he needs to have a great summer. But I love everything about Mac Crowder and what he stands for, great family, everything. Malik, really picked up some positive momentum of moving into summer. Now, what does Malik do with his performance in spring now to continue to elevate himself throughout the summer, and then when August camp rolls around? But we started to see the ability that he has. Devon Swafford, he's an overachiever. And, Devon has really done a great job as well. And we talked about Devon has to star in every single special teams we have at Tennessee. And he has to take a role. He should be a leader in that regards. He should be a captain of some of those units. And, again, he's worked exceptionally hard. Thomas Edwards, what can I say? He was over at my house a couple weeks ago. And he means so much to our football program as well. All these individuals have done a great job.
Never a dull moment with Thomas.
Never a dull moment. He keeps everything real and lighthearted at times.
Speaking of special teams, that was an area that improved significantly. How much of that was the emphasis and how much of it was the freshman class with all the speed that it brought?
I think it's a combination of both, but we always spend an inordinate amount of time on special teams. It's really a tribute to our players. We had so much more speed and athleticism, and we still have a long ways to go to continue to improve on those units. But you could see just the players being on the field and the difference makers, but also individuals wanting that role, accepting that role. And older players, Jalen Reeves-Maben all the time is wanting to be on special teams. Now Marquez North wants to be on special teams. And really that tells you a lot about the makeup and the character of your football team.
We've already heard some recruits mentioning this game a little bit. How much are you guys able to sell that in recruiting, and what kind of response are you getting to the fact that that's something you're able to sell to these kids that can play in a game like this?
It's going to be a tremendous opportunity for our players. You talk about being a part of the Tennessee football program and being able to set the world record for overall attendance to watch a football game, and not just in college or not just in the professional ranks, but for the entire game. It's very, very special. And it's something to be a part of. But again, that's what we're building at Tennessee. You look at our neutral site games, you look at everything that is going on here at Tennessee, and I think prospective student athletes see that. We have a great environment, we have great leadership, we have great players, and individuals want to be a part of that. And they start recruiting each other because they understand, you get an opportunity to leave a legacy of getting Tennessee football back. And if I'm a young man, I would love to have that opportunity. Plus, play in front of the best fan base in the country. It's very exciting.
Anything else?
When you stand in the middle of all this, and what do you think this is going to be like to play a football game in a place like this?
Well, you really, when you come down and you see the magnitude, of the track, the magnitude of this place, it's really exciting. Kind of your imagination starts to flow of what it will look like in terms of a football setup. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting for our fans. It's going to be exciting for our players. It's something that you have an opportunity to make history.
Which is this a nervous time of the year for you between the spring and the start of summer? I know you'll have your team come back and have meet with them before the start of summer. But is this a nervous time at all when the players, a lot of them are at home?
Well, it's a very hectic part of the year. A lot of people ask me, what are you doing, with your time right now? But this is really one of the times I enjoy because of following up with our parents, following up with our players, being at home, waiting for the grades to come in. But for me personally, I get a jump start. All of our training camp will be planned out from day one all the way to game day in Nashville against Bowling Green. All of our practices will be planned out. For me, it's a time to do some projects football-wise, to really go back and dissect spring football and then review our personnel of where we need to go, and then couple that with recruiting, while our coaches are out on the road recruiting. So it's an extremely busy time of the year. I enjoy it, but I can tell you this, I'm looking forward to our players being back on campus. I miss them all, and it's great that they're missing Knoxville and ready to get back.